Good morning, everyone. This is Bill Keegan, Town Manager in Foxboro, with your COVID-19 update for June 8th, 2020. So a couple things right off the top. Today is Election Day, so anybody who wants to get out and vote, you should do that today. Exercise your democratic right, and so today is the day to do that. And so get to the middle school if you want to vote today, and the polls are open until about 8 o'clock. So we have, let's take a look at also I want to congratulate all the seniors who graduated yesterday. First drive-up graduation ceremony ever held. I spoke with Superintendent Bertos this morning, and all the session, the ceremonies went really very well. People are very pleased with the way it was handled, and did a really nice job. And I want to thank the school department for taking on that extraordinary exercise given the circumstances that we've all been going through. Also want to thank the police department for assisting with the traffic controls and making sure that everything was handled very safely. And really want to thank everybody for their cooperation. But most of all, I want to congratulate all the seniors who did graduate yesterday. So hope you all do well. In the year to come, it's going to be a lot better than the challenges we faced this past year. But hopefully, wherever you're headed in the fall, and whatever you're going to do in the fall, that everything will go well for you, and best of luck to all of you. So let's take a look at the numbers this morning. So as of right now, we've had 116 cases since March 15th. Total recovered is 92. We have a total to this morning is 7 positive cases. That is the lowest number we've seen since the beginning of the COVID-19 crisis. So that's really good news for us to be able to report to you this morning. Only 7 cases. Active cases in Foxboro as a whole. So that's great news. 16 people have been lost in the follow-up phase, and 989 people have tested negative. Almost 1,000 people have tested negative, so that's also great news to report. 2 people remain in the hospital at this time, so we will continue to track those folks, and hoping to see that those numbers come off the books as well, and that we have positive results for both of those individuals. And we've had 1 death during the course of the COVID-19 crisis. New category to report this morning as well is that it's good news in that we want to be able to report folks who have tested for the antibody phase of the COVID-19 testing, and 11 people in Foxboro have tested positive with the antibodies, which means that those people have had the virus, but now are post-virus and actually have the antibodies to ward off the virus going forward. So we're able to report that at least 11 people have been tested and have tested positive for the antibodies. So that's also good news to report. Also, let's take a look at what's happening on the statewide level. 103,436 cases. Excuse me. 103,436 is the total statewide cases. 648,616 have been tested. 7,316 deaths reported statewide as a result of COVID-19. Again, the greatest greatest age groups affected by that are the age 70 and 80 above. Those are the individuals that have been impacted the greatest as a result of COVID-19 impacts. Taking a look at what's happening on a countywide basis, Norfolk County's numbers have not changed all that significantly. 8,713 cases countywide, and also 863 deaths associated with those cases in Norfolk County. So that's the latest information on the countywide basis. And then total hospital beds, as the status of today, 17,400 beds available. 1,529 occupied at this point in time. 359 people are in ICU as of this moment. So that's also those numbers continue to stay pretty steady, and good to see that those numbers have not been impacted negatively in any direction. So some really important news to announce today. That today is the first day of phase 2 of the reopening phase, and so I wanted to report to you this morning where that stands. Here in Foxboro, we are looking to open a couple of restaurants today with outdoor dining capacity. We're looking to try and get them as soon as they're ready to open. We'll hopefully have their permits in place, and we're looking to sign off on those permits as early as this afternoon. And so those folks will be ready to reopen with at least some outdoor dining capabilities. The phase two of step two of phase two will be allowing some indoor dining capabilities, but that's probably a couple weeks out. We will continue to monitor the impacts of what's been happening here locally. If there's been any kind of a negative impact in terms of cases here in Foxboro, that may impact our ability to move that forward. But we're hoping at this point our case level is extremely low at this point, so hoping that stays that way and that we can continue to move forward in the reopening phases. So the following businesses will be eligible to reopen in step one of phase two, effective today, and they are the retail with occupancy limits, childcare facilities and day camps with detailed guidance, restaurants, outdoor table service only at this point, hotels and other lodgings, no events, functions, or meetings, but the lodging is available, so folks can use that, warehouses and distribution centers, personal services without close physical contact, such as home cleaning, photography, window washing, career coaching, and education tutoring. Post-secondary higher education, vocational tech, and occupational schools for the purpose of completing graduation requirements. Youth and adult amateur sports with detailed guidance. Outdoor recreation facilities. Professional sports practices, no games or public admissions will be allowed. No non-athletic youth instructional classes in arts, education, or life skills, and in groups of less than 10. Driving and flight schools. Outdoor historical spaces, no functions, gatherings, or guided tours. And funeral homes with occupancy limits, so folks can actually pay their respects in funeral homes now, with limits in place. Good to see that professional sports practices are going to be allowed, because here in Foxborough that means something significant. That means that the MLS soccer team and also the Patriots can start practicing as well, start their practice process and get going on that, and start planning for that accordingly. So that's good news to see that happening. The following businesses will be eligible to reopen in step two of phase two at a later date to be determined. Indoor table service at restaurants, close contact personal service with restrictions including hair removal and replacement, nail care, skin care, massage therapy, makeup salons and makeup application services, tanning salons, tattoo, piercing, and body art services, and personal training with restrictions. So that there are the phases and the various steps that we'll be looking at. We are only in step one of phase two as of today. And so we want to make sure that everybody's clear on that point. Again, we have already passed local regulations to allow outdoor service for restaurants, and those people that are interested in applying for that service, we're working through a abbreviated process to try and get them approval as soon as possible. So we are again working on those applications today, and we have worked on them during the past week as well. So that's where we stand today. Again, want to just say congratulations to the seniors. Make sure you get out and vote today because that's important to do that. And we are also in the phase of planning for town meeting as of next week. We will continue to prepare for that. We are working on we've got all the warrant prepared. We've got everybody has approved. All the various committees have approved the process that we're putting forward here. There are no surprises in this, contrary to what's been printed in the press these days. That's inconsistent with what it actually is happening. So I will tell you that it's unfortunate to see stories written, but they're actually not accurate in terms of how the opinions written that are not accurate. And I think we want to try and correct that, and we will certainly correct that at the appropriate time. But given the fact that we've worked really cooperatively with all the town's boards and committees, everybody has really stepped up and really done a great job of working well together to try and put us in a good position to start the next year and starting in a really good way. I think we'll be in a better position to start off than most communities. So, again, looking to see that the economy is starting to reopen is also a great sign. The stock market continues to climb in the right direction. Also, a lot of businesses starting to reopening. Hearing that the percentage of businesses reopening is rather significant over the past few days, and it continues to trend in the right direction. So let's see how this actually helps our situation going into next fiscal year, starting on July 1. All right, hope everything continues to be good for you. Enjoy a beautiful, beautiful day today. Hope you get out there and enjoy some of it. I want to just say that it's been a pleasure working with you and providing these updates for everybody. We'll continue to provide the information as it is provided to us, and we'll continue to keep you updated on what's been happening and how Phase 2 goes forward and how that seems to be happening here in Foxboro. Until then, I'll see you back here again tomorrow morning around 10 o'clock to give you the latest updates on what's been happening here on COVID-19 and also give you some updates around what's happening around town as well. Until then, I'll enjoy the day, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow morning. Take care now.